I mean, brands will always find a way to shortcut you. And I think I've accepted it, because there's value in that too. But you just have to know that you're being shortcutted. Right? And then you have to pick your moment to be like, I bet I'm gonna take this in my stride.
From CNR JUTA DE BEER, imini nomsindisi wesiko, umvelisi Mnqango umelisi wesizwe, formerly known as Lwazi Madonsela, bringing you a show about creative entrepreneurs live from the landmark that not only birth SA street culture, but also formalize the street hustle. On today's episode, we have
Kiggy with the nice pants. Today, we have Kiggy with the nice pants.
Ish.
Kiggy with the nice pants. I don't think there's any other intro. I've seen you do intros where you said your name, street name, surname. Nah. It feels like it's fake.
Yeah.
It's Kiggy with the nice pants.
Yeah.
That's where we go. Like,
Yeah,
if you ever RIP, Kiggy with the nice pants.
I mean, we fully surpassed just the nice pants.
I mean, you do everything.
Yeah.
You're the only, I think you're one of 5, but you're the only one that doesn't work with agency.
Yeah.
That does hyper collabs.
Damn.
Might go unnoticed because they're not reading the room,
Yeah.
but your brand positioning is just insane because you're doing a scale that's crazy. Because in Joburg, in South Africa,
Yeah.
there's 3 types of brands. There's the everyone reposts but no one buys. There's the agency runs it, so the money comes in regardless of sales. And then there's the brands that purely exist from the people, like Thesis. Like, I've never seen an ad campaign from Thesis except last year when the Hollard was doing their thing. But Thesis primarily just runs from people buying it.
Yeah.
And you found the perfect in between where you like, brand gets you.
Yeah.
Your pitch deck is there. Your position is there. Your narrative is there.
I mean, that might be the intro. That's crazy.
They don't need, they actually, it's crazy that you don't actually need to sell to customers.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess crazy might be the word. It feels good, to have options on that level. And I'm aware of it on a certain degree. I don't think I've thought of it that particular way, but I guess I'm aware of the fact that I can make money in a lot of ways. Just being myself, without the agency cosign or whatever else.
Big agency money.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's nice.
It's nice.
Yeah.
How long have you been operating the brand for?
My brand?
Yeah, I'm not talking about IG. I'm talking about in your head when you were like, I'm doing the brand. You're talking to your friends. Those 10 samples that never make it.
Yeah.
That full collection that ended in your bedroom.
Yeah. I think I always mark the beginning of my journey from 2016. I mean, I've been in the creative industry for much longer, since I think I finished high school in 2011. By 2012, I was working in fashion already. But I mark, myself as a creative entrepreneur from 2016. And from then, I guess I was in spaces already where I had to have conversations about branding. And because of what I studied, I have a communication science BA. So it's I've always had kind of this idea of how to brand things, how to package stories, how to package narratives. And I think you quickly learn to make that real for your personal brand too, because there's a lot of value in, knowing. I think, I always talk to my friends about this. Once you know what your big idea is, then it's easier to package, just generally. So since 2016.
You always knew what the bigger picture is?
I've known what my bigger picture is since school.
Care to share?
I mean, I've known what I love doing since school. I knew that my thing was fashion. And I think by the time I got to high school and I had homies in high school that were just yo, you dress nice. And I was I don't have a choice, man. My family's a bit crazy. And then from there, it's then you put names to these things and these fashion and whatever. And then by 20 2011, I started my first t-shirt brand with the person I was dating at the time. And then it just went on. I was a fashion guy, and then by the time 2016 hit, I was a creative guy. So it's like, but essentially my vision is to tell stories, you know. All these things are just vehicles for me to tell stories, create archives, and just share, you know. I think I love having conversations, just in the bigger sense, no matter what, you know, creating conversations via textile, creating conversation via written pieces, music, whatever it is. It's vehicles for us to kind of create bonds, you know, exchange information, and make spaces more sustainable, more stronger. So I think that's my goal is to create systems for, you know, my people to thrive. And that's always been my goal, no matter what I do.
Being a multidisciplinary artist, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel that as much as it empowers us, it's a way that brands have found a way to, like, how do I say this? Shortcut us. Because they're like, Kiggy can write, Kiggy can sew, Kiggy can market this.
Yeah. I mean, brands will always find a way to shortcut you. And I think I've accepted it, you know, because there's value in that too. But you just have to know that you're being shortcutted. Right? and then you have to pick your moment to be like, I bet I'm gonna take this in my stride. I think in recent years I'm learning a bit more about my value, you know. I'm being very conscious about how I invoice, you know, what those numbers look like, what those conversations look like. But sometimes I'll take the bag that's not really the rate because of the experience, because of the education, because, you know, of the person that brings the bag, because there's always value. And when I was younger, coming up, there was so much priority for me in getting information, getting access to information, getting access to, you know, means of doing things. So I still prioritize that. So it's not just about money for me, and it's not just about, you know, the bottom line. It's about the experience, because for me this is a part of my life. And for my life to be rich, I can't just look at the finances of a situation. I have to look at how things add value to me as a being. So sometimes that's primarily the reason I'll get involved with things.
Damn. You've been in BRAAM.
Yeah.
In fact, say BRAAM being BRAAM, you were there.
Yeah.
And then in BRAAM being BRAAM, you're part of the key players saying, yo, we're doing this, we're moving this way. If you were not the front man at some stage, you were there behind in the conversation, making sure things do get seen through, to the point that you've had your own fashion shows, you've had your own ideas realized. How do you then get all the street knowledge, earn your stripes, and still stay a fan of the game?
You know, one of my friends said to me that one of the reasons they look up to me is because I talk to everyone the same way. I interact with everyone the same way, and I learned that from my grandmother. So for me, it's like, and that makes you have to be vulnerable in itself, you know, and because you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt, you're gonna get bruised, your ego, like, it's an emotional thing, opening yourself up to the game, to any relationship, you know, on any level. But you have to be prepared. If you want to participate in a big way, in a meaningful way, you have to be prepared to, you know, be taken for a ride sometimes, to be lied to, sometimes to be manipulated. All of it. And sometimes I got hurt for a long time, man.
How do you deal with it when, because we were having the conversation with Seth earlier in the week.
Yeah.
How do you then deal with it when you get exploited?
Yeah.
without projecting? Because you're still maintaining your brand.
Yeah.
Besides whatever the other parties have done to you, how do you say, yo, I'm not adding you. I'm not calling my goons.
Yeah.
If you have goons.
Yeah.
How do you stay like centered? Like, okay, you guys fucked me over.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta find plan B and still keep it posture. I still have to keep it industry.
Because I'm rich in ideas. You'll never, like, you can exploit me, but you exploited yesterday's Kiggy. Today's Kiggy has a different idea about different things. Plus, once you exploit me and you steal whatever, you're only gonna take it as far as, your limited idea of this thing is. Usually my ideas are, span years, lifetimes, because I want to I want to keep stories. I want to tell stories. I want to create systems. I want to mobilize things. And so when you steal something from me, you're stealing, the soundbite of it. You're not really getting the whole design. And I think I just have to believe in that, I think my mom's always bolstered that in me. My mom was just like, you're going to be all right no matter what. No matter who does what to you, you're going to be all right because you're incredibly smart. And I was like, eventually you stop believing that. And I think it still hurts. I won't lie. It hurts, but I still think it's very unimaginative, and I have a lot of imagination, so I try not to waste my time with people who steal from me.
Yeah. So how do you stay creative? Because a lot of people translate ideas from the West. Like you'll see the Kardashians have a makeup line. Now you have a makeup line, but this is the African version. Why are you still even trying to create new ideas? Because it's cheaper to say, oh, we've seen that proof of concept. I know we can adapt it to BRAAM and then say, okay, this is the new wave. This is the spearhead. I remember there was a figurehead in BRAAM at some stage who implied that he created the workwear stuff when Heron Preston was just coming out.
I don't know. Perspective, I guess. I mean, it's always going to be important for us to have as many voices in a space as possible. So I guess just perspective. A friend of mine, Yasmin Fermi, told me that I worked on a project internationally, and I came home and I said to her, I don't know why I'm even trying to do this. It's been done before. And she said, yeah, but it hasn't been done by you. And I was like, okay.
Damn.
That's why.
That's why.
Yeah.
And then balancing the beauty of saying you can do everything. You've acquired all these skills. How do you then pick and choose to say, this time I'm doing writing?
Ooh, so I don't know. Like my priority right now is fashion. It's clothing. Like developing my own brand. And I think I just made that decision because I was like, people are always calling me Kiggy with the nice pants. And it's just like, now I'm in this box. And I'm like, yo, I've done crazy things in fashion, I used to make bridal wear, and people don't know. And I used to, I've worked on fashion weeks, and people don't know. Granted, I was much smaller then, and I didn't even document it that well. But it was just like I felt like I was being boxed. So I went, let me concentrate my energy on this particular thing, which is showing my ideas through my brand. And I believe that, the thing you give 100% of your time to is the thing that's going to move forward. And I think that's just the approach. If I want to write for the next 2 years, I'm going to concentrate all my energy on that. And that's the thing that's going to, move forward. That's the discipline that's going to move forward. But if I want it to be clothing, that's going to move forward.
With all these skills, what does success mean for you? Because some people's like, yo, I'm working at the bank because I want to be a bank manager.
Yeah.
And then that's success for me. I've clocked it.
Yeah.
And then with you choose a season to write, you choose a season to design, you choose a season to consult. What is success for you?
Success for me is happiness. because, like I said, this thing is about life for me. And options are some of the best things we could have as humans. You know, I mean, part of, you know, the most documented struggles in our history were because people didn't have options. And now we do, you know? And for me, that's like, I want to have options for the rest of my life. So that's success for me. I will be happy if I have all the options in the world for the rest of my life. And that's it.
Damn. Do you think we still need a landmark like BRAAM? Because back in the days, you know, you come to CNR JUTA DE BEER, you'll find people. It was like an outlet to say, yo, I feel kind of weird everywhere else, but when I come here, I can blend in. There's a community. There's someone I can relate to in some degree. Whether I'm here for sneakers or I'm the Afro-punk kid, just trying to figure out who I am. This was like a place for self-discovery and community. Do you still think we need a landmark in an era of Instagram where I can just like, you and my close friends now. Now we homies.
Yeah, I mean, every family needs a home, you know? So, yeah, we do need a landmark. I think it's really about how the landmarks are treated, you know? Because everyone kind of has to do their chores in the spaces for them to serve their actual purpose, for them to be valuable. So I think it's really about, I think the reason a lot of people might have lost hope in, you know, certain landmarks is because people weren't doing their chores, right? So then the landmark kind of lost its glory. But I still see quite a bit of value in having a landmark. You know, BRAAM is still like a weird landmark for me. I still like to watch people move around the space because I still see kids that move around how I moved around. And it's quite interesting to me. So, yeah, every family needs a home.
When do you know when to switch to another idea, to switch to another city?
When I'm bored. When I'm
You're just gonna be bored. You're like, nah, I'm signing out. Bye, guys.
Yeah, when I'm bored. And I get bored. Yo, it's bad, but when I get bored.
Damn.
Yeah.
How long you think you'll stay in SA?
I really don't like answering that question because, like I said, I'm an options person. So I don't think I'd ever be blocked from staying anywhere. So I'll stay wherever I want for however long I want. I don't know how long I'll be here. I think I might catch a flight tomorrow and be like, I'm not coming back.
We out.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
The business of creativity has so many weird dimensions, right? There's the part where you're learning about everything, and then there's the part where you actually start to interact with everything you've ever dreamed of.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I want to work with brand C, I want to work with brand B.
Yeah.
And then at some stage, brand D is like, yo, actually, we looking for you. You fit this caliber. How do you invoice people who didn't reply to your emails?
I'll the same. I'm a nice guy.
Because 2 years ago, you're like, yo, actually, we just need 30K. We just need 30K. We're going to kill it. We're going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But that's what's the saying? Yesterday's price, not today's price. No, they're going to pay today's price.
Inflation on them niggas.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there are brands that I'm kind of still mad at. You know, I go, if these niggas come to me, oof.
Done.
Yo, I'm going to make them feel it.
We good.
Yeah. But it's just because people, you know, sometimes you have to allow yourself to be upset. So there are brands where I'm just like, if you guys ever, and I know you want to come to me. So when you come to me, I'm going to make you feel it. Maybe for 2 days and then, you know, we'll play nice. Cool. Yeah.
Is there a point where you feel like you'd be hiring young kids? Giving them the platform that everyone's given to you?
I hire young kids all the time already. I've been doing it for years.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't really like hoard people. Like I don't take people and then be like, you work for me. But I hire people all the time. All the time. I think that's, you know, for me, I'm not a talker, and I said this to you, and you went, let's get you on the podcast.
We gotta.
Yeah. I don't really like talk. I mean, I love conversations or whatever. I don't really like talking much because I don't know everything, you know. But I like to put my money or add value to things I believe in. So that's how I show my value to the kids. I know that they have ideas and they wanna build these crazy things I might not even understand. So for me, the best way I can help with that is either consult, help with the idea, the concept of the idea, or give them money and just say, you go build whatever.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
And then the last question. What's your word to the youth?
Ooh, man. Fuck them kids. I'm kidding.
The second person to say this. You are the second person to say this. My nigga said, yo, fuck the youth. And then he said, but wait.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I think my word I look up to the youth, man. The youth is crazy. I just think they still value in listening, I have this saying where I say, remember what your mom taught you. Like, I tell people that before they go to parties. But for me, what that basically means is just there's always value from, people that did this stuff before you or whatever. Obviously, if people are trying to suppress you, then you can dismiss that. But there's value from using information and then refreshing it with what you're doing. But I think the youth is going to change the world. I've always believed that. I think the youth is keeping me young because my friends are very young and it's so crazy to watch. I was saying to one of them, I called her in a frenzy and I was like, yo, do you think I'm just that old lady who sews? Like, in the crew, I'm just that old. She was like, man, Kiggy, what the hell? But it's like, when I hang out with my homies, I'm like, yo, these people are crazy. These people have been in Vogue, ID. Like, I'm just
like that.
Wow. I'm like, yo, you guys are crazy. But I'm just like, run. I guess that's my message to the youth. Take what you need, from older generations. Ignore the things that you can, as much as you can ignore, because people will try to project, their traumas onto you or whatever. As much as you can ignore that stuff, ignore it, but run. And run with purpose, run with intention, love, good energy. If you're depressed, if you're sad, get help, because we need to do this stuff with love. We need to invest ourselves to telling the good stories about being us, And that's not easy to do, but it's important. It's important to invest in and do it. So, yeah. And please, if you're cool and not weird, DM me. Let's hang out.
More friends.
Yeah.
More friends.
Let's do this thing.
Shout out. Thank you, Kiki. This was
problem.
Great.
Thank you
How do you feel
for
talking?
having me. I feel good, buddy. I feel good. Thank you.
All right, cool. Thank you. Cheers, man.